Hey, what's up, guys? Good morning. Good morning. It is what is today?
The fourth,
Fourth,
Thursday.
Thursday, June 4th. What's up, guys? Good morning. We're a few minutes away from market open. About 5 minutes to go here. Wildens, what's up? Um, we have started kind of looking around. There's a few open trades right now based off AI signals. Not great signals. We got a week and a pour here on gold and euro. Um, both just fighting right now. So we'll just kind of watch those and see how they play out. And I believe there was also one here on NQ, which has already hit TP1. Right? Am I saying that right? Or did it stop out? No, it didn't stop out. Yeah, it already hit TP1 and still in a break even risk free trade right now on NQ. So yeah, so Duran, what's up, buddy? Um, one second, I just have to do something real quick.
Hey, good morning, Duran.
Um,
All right, let's see what we got. What charts you got open? ES and
Sorry,
NQ.
yeah. Here, I'll pass it over to you real quick. Um, Let me pass it over. Morning, Duran. Let me pass it over to you, to Steve, briefly. Do you got your screen set up, ready to share?
No, I don't. Sure. All right, here we go. Let's go with this one. All right.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna pass you guys. I'm gonna pass the screen over to Steve. Let him just talk about really quickly what we're looking for pre-market. There you go. All right, you're on.
All right, guys. Let's see what we got. We got 3 minutes to market open. Let me try to run through, see what our levels look like today. If we are in an inside outside day, let's start with ES. ES is an outside day, so we're looking just for our four levels and up. Scroll back to the beginning here. All right, so on ES, we are at central pivot right now, so really we could go either direction. If we do get up to R4 looks pretty good. We got prior days low there at R4, and then S4 would be our other target on the downside. If we were to go down, then we're looking to see how price reacts at the S4 level, and we'd be looking for longs there.
What's up, futures guy?
All right, S4 looks pretty decent as well. It does have prior weeks low there as well. So yeah, S4 looks like a decent level if we get there, and R4 looks like a decent level as well if we get there on ES. So let's just see which way the market decides to go at open. NQ is currently in a trade right now. It'll screen just flashed. It just hit TP1. Looks like he'd still be in this trade too as well, although it looks like it's heading in the opposite direction. NQ is a outside day. All right, so NQ is an outside day, which means we are looking for our four and up levels. S4 has been hit several times already by NQ. Currently in a trade that's winning. I would not be interested in any more S4s for today. However, if we get down to S5, I'd be interested. And if we go to the upside, then we're looking at R4 and R5s to see how price reacts at those levels. All right. Russell. Russell is in a trade as well. Russell is in a trade that just hit TP1. Um, let's see if it's an inside outside day on Russell. Russell is still an inside day. The Russell 2000 is an inside day, guys. So that means all our levels are in play: R3s, S3s, and up. And Russell, like I said, is currently in a trade that just hit TP1, and it looks like it wants to go for TP2 here at the open. So that R3 trade has worked out pretty good. We'll take a look at Russell. If it gets to S3, let's see what S3's level looks like. S3 looks pretty decent. So yeah, we'll take a look at Russell. If we get to S3, we'll see if we see any signs of a reversal there at S3. If it gets back to R3, I personally would stay away from it just because we've already had a 2 TP, what looks like it's going to be a 2 TP winner off of R3. I'd be more interested in R4 for sure, as you have prior days low at R4, or prior days high. I'm sorry, you have prior days high at R4. So yeah, we'll definitely be interested in an R4 reversal and a S3 for Russell. Dow. Dow's already blown past R4, and R5 lines up with all-time highs for the Dow. So let's R5 is definitely in play. So we'll see what type of price action we get once Dow hits all-time highs and R5 at the same time. Oil. Oil is in a trade as well. Has not hit TP1 just yet, but it's heading in the right direction. Oil, I'm assuming, is an outside day. I'm almost certain it's an outside day. Let's check. Yes, oil is an outside day. It is on the low side of yesterday's range. So S5 already was in play. We already got a signal off of S5. We are currently in a trade with oil, not very far from TP1. So may have missed the boat here on oil at S5 already.
Yeah, I was thinking that earlier.
So really not much to look forward to. I guess from this point, all we can look forward to is continuation trades. If it continues up to S4, breaks S4, we look for a continuation to the upside with oil. So the only thing to look for is continuation trades on this one. And then gold. Gold doesn't look like we hit R5 yet. No, we have not. But R5 is in play for gold. Let's see if it's an. I'm almost certain this is an outside day as well. Let's check. Gold is an outside day.
It's good. It could very well get up to R5 though.
What's that?
Gold.
Yeah, it has not touched it just yet. We did get a signal, but that is not a Camarilla signal. That is a signal based off of our volume profile. It's a value area high reversal short. So different type of signal. Has not hit TP1. It's still in that trade. But we would be interested
JJU,
if it stops that trade out. If it gets to R5, we would definitely have stopped that trade out, and we'll be looking for a Camarilla signal at R5. So yeah, R5 is in play. That's what we're looking at for gold right now. And last one, I'll take a look at Euro. Euro is another one that's currently in a trade. You're about break even right now. It's an R5 reversal. So R5 is in play. And yeah, it's already had two signals off of R5. One was a loser. We're currently in one right now. So don't think I'd be interested in any more R5 signals from here on out on Euro. So don't think we'll get much action or nothing much to look forward to on Euro unless it decides to come all the way up here to R6 or drop all the way down to S4. So yeah, that's all I got, guys.
Cool.
For the morning so far.
All right. So now let's see what happens.
Let's see what
we're looking at
possibly could set up that's not in a trade right now. Everything seems to be in trades. Russell's in a trade. Dow at R5 would definitely be interested in Dow at R5.
Right here, guys. right up here, 51,440.
Yeah. And we said oil was already in a trade. Gold is in a trade. Gold at R5 as well.
Right here, guys, at 45,
Could be a
48.
possibility. So gold and Dow are possibilities at R5 today. I do like Dow overall if we get up that high. Markets are pretty weak. Dow is pumping, yes, but overall, all our indexes, ES and Q, are weak. And so I'd expect our Dow investors to take profit when they reach all-time highs and kind of give us a pullback there.
Yeah, it's like everything kind of right now a little bit slow right now, so we'll see what happens. Thursday usually a pretty good day, but like we've been saying this week, there's just so much uncertainty and conflicting news. Is there any other data that releases today other than natural gas?
Nah, I look for some economic news and calendar's blank here on Trading View. Let me check one more calendar. That's Forex Factory. We had unemployment claims at 8:30, but nothing for the rest of the day.
Okay, cool. All right, guys, good morning. If you're just joining us for the first time, I'm Tim. This is Steve. Over here to my left, Alpha Flow Trader is our suite of indicators that you're seeing on the screen right now. Everything from these demand zones to these key level lines that are drawn out. All of that. Let me get that off there. All of that is just drawn one tool out of the box. It's our KLP AI Pro tool, and it's everything you see on the screen. These key levels, these structures, the Camarillos, support and resistance, supply and demand, and value area, and then as well as these signals that you see. So there's a couple active signals right now from the pre-market that carried in. Here's one on crude right now that's already it's getting close. It got close to TP1. So there's one there on crude, just for an example. So you see here, you've got your support lines here, the S3, S4, S5. You got your resistance lines up here. Let me go ahead and get rid of that alert. You got your resistance lines here. These other colored lines, you see, you can change the colors whatever you want. But for us, blue is London, purple is Asia. So blues would be your Asia high, or sorry, blue would be your London high and low. Purple would be your Asia high and low. And then, of course, we have our pre-market high marked down in green and pre-market low here that you see as well. And yeah, if you notice too, if you scroll to the left, you see we have the labels on them, right? So we make it super easy for you guys to understand the context and the structure, and just understand where everything is relative to these key levels, right? So yeah, let's look back at Dow. Dow is one that, we've got all-time high, like Steve mentioned, right there above R5. So that would definitely be a good one to start watching. Let's see. Yeah, a ways to go. We did say outside. Basically, it wasn't an outside day on everything except for Russell. Yeah. And for those, we didn't really give the recap because we started late this morning. But inside, outside day, that determines which of these support and resistance levels we trade. And what it means if he says it's an inside day, that means that today's current candle, price candle, is inside the range of yesterday's. If it's an outside day, it just simply means that either the low or the high is outside of the range of yesterday's. So what's that mean? On inside days, that means that we trade. Inside days, it means that we will trade any level, R3, S3, whatever. On outside days, we have to wait for these more extreme levels here. All right, so if that makes sense. So that's just a little quick recap. So far, no trades taken for us this morning. Our signals have fired off a few. The signals have fired off a few, and there's a couple active trades right now, but we don't really like to trade going into the market open, right? Pitar, what's up? Shifty, what's up? Sable, what's up? Peter, what's up? Yeah, all right, so let's just keep an eye on them, guys. Right now, it's setting up to be, looks like maybe one of those days to show a little more patience, right? Oh, yeah, real quick. Yesterday, if you guys were with us yesterday, there was an ES trade. We called it out on ES, different position, obviously, but we said, guys, if you get up here, I can't remember where it was. It was the S5. Yeah, it was down here. We said if ES makes it down here, that we were definitely going to consider a long. Well, we set our alerts. We got our alerts, and both Steve and I entered that trade. yesterday afternoon around 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And yeah, so if you guys followed that and were looking out for that, you guys had a pretty nice trade there. It took a while. It took about an hour to hit.
Yeah, it
Um,
took a little minute.
but yeah, good trade, good setup, worked out well. Ira, what's up? Good morning. I just replied back to your email this morning, man. Sorry, I did not see it till this morning. All right, so quick look at Dow. Dow's starting to pump up there. So let's see. Dow, these buyers want to get Dow up here, and then we'll see. I think, like Steve said, we'll see some profit taking. We do have a key level right here. What is pink? That's prior month.
Yeah,
Prior month high right
month's
there.
high.
So yeah, so we have prior month high right here in pink. So we'll see what it does at that level, but looking for shorts if it gets up here to R5 for sure. Really quick look at gold. Gold just fighting, kind of now trapped inside its value area that's forming. Same with euro. Natural gas just kind of chopping its way up. Natural gas is interesting because it is in a supply zone now, and we have R4 there, so I might look for natural gas for the first time in a long time here. What do you think, Steve?
Natural gas.
It's in a daily supply zone right now, as well as R4.
My chart's loaded.
Okay. Yeah, so what he's looking at, what I'm asking about here is, so the supply zone, these supply zones, this is one on the 4 hour, this is a daily, all drawn out automatically from our tool. You do not have to go back on higher time frames and manually draw all of your supply and demand zones. It just does it for you, and it updates regularly. So yeah, so we'll see what it does around here. R5 obviously up there in a 4 hour demand zone.
R5 looks really good.
Yeah, this daily demand zone is huge.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So the crude here is still just fighting in this trade it was in. And again, this trade here, as you see, guys, this was a pre-market trade that called at our signal called at 8:15, and it is still in it. It never quite reached it. It's still in it, just sort of fighting. There was also a Russell trade right here that already hit TP2, as you guys can see. So here was a winner pre-market 8:10 a.m. signal right here. There's your signal information. And then you saw it fought, and finally came through to TP1 and TP2 in back-to-back candles right here as of about 10 minutes ago. So there's a winner there on Russell if you happen to have the signal and take that one. Yeah, so let's see what ES and NQ are doing. Just selling pressure right now. What's interesting about NQ though is it is down here by S5, and it has respected S5 once already, so I would definitely look there as it just tapped it below here when it made the London low. NQ kind of close to S5, whereas ES in a much different position as well. It's just in no man's land right now, right?
Yeah. Did that hit?
I like it because I like those Camarillas, especially. I like second and third attempts, man, just because, especially if it's showing that it respects them.
NQ took you out at break even before popping up to TP2 there.
Yeah, it can't. No, it hit TP2. Oh no, it didn't. It didn't. It can't. Yeah.
One candle.
Yeah, it did.
Before it went to
yeah.
TP2.
But another winner there on NQ as well. It was off the poor signal. There's all the information off our signal there. You see, it called it. It fought. It did hit TP1. Unfortunately, if you moved your stop to break even, you did get stopped out. And before it continued on to TP2, but still, so there's another winner this morning on NQ. So we have a winner on Russell, winner on NQ this morning already.
And on oil didn't quite get there.
Oil did not quite get there. It's still in it though. Yeah. Oil's just fighting. So we'll see. Oil could very well still get there. That's going to be highly based on what kind of news comes out this morning. All right, so Dow did make it past the prior month's high. No shocker there, since the all-time high was set this month, and it's right up here. The red dotted lines is so our tool also automatically, all these key levels just automatic. Our tool places them all on the chart for you, so you see all the key levels that are around your trade. So, for example, we're not going to necessarily trade the prior month's high or London high or low, but what we will do is if we're already in a trade, for example, and our TP, for example, is just a bit north of, say, a high, we may now use that high to pull our TP down just slightly, right? So we use it to sort of adjust trade management, but we don't use it to enter trades, right? All right, so we'll see what Dow does. Gold looks like it took an L here. We had a nice strong or a weak signal, sorry, at
Value
Pre-market 8 o'clock. Yeah, and this was not a Camarillo trade. This was a value area trade. Not a trade we probably would have taken either way, but yeah, you see, it did start to move its way down. Got about halfway there, and then turned back around. We'll see what happens with it now. Victor, what's up? Saba, what's up? Poi, what's up? Welcome, guys. Good morning. If you're just joining us, I'm Tim. This is Steve. To my left, we're just two regular dudes that day trade for a living. The indicator you're seeing on the screen, the signals indicator, is our own indicator that we built solely for ourselves, for us to make our decision making easier and just be able to kind of more confidently enter multiple trades, right? But about some time ago, we decided we were going to launch it to the public. We started sharing it with friends and family first. And as of about 3 weeks ago, we've gone live to the public. So every key level you see here, every demand and supply zone, as well as these signals, all come directly out of our tool. So it's kind of all in one indicator. You don't have to just have a bunch of indicators for all these different functions. You definitely don't have to go back on higher time frames and draw out your own zones anymore. Our tool draws these zones for you automatically, and it tells you which time frame they're based off of. Right. So we trade on the 5-minute chart, but our supply and demand zones, of course, come from all the time frames, all the higher time frames. Natural gas is pumping, so forget about R4 there for now.
Dow is heading for all-time highs.
Yeah, it looks like it. So we'll see what happens on Dow and R5 here. This could be a opportunity here. We'll just see what happens. NQ, if you notice here, this green line, that's a pre-market low. Or no, that's not the pre-market low. Sorry, pre-market low is down here. If you see NQ, excuse me, price came down to this pre-market low and sort of is reacting to that pre-market low right now. So we'll see how that happens. Is it gonna kind of say no, we're not going any further, or is it going to continue lower? Excuse me, I have the hiccups now for some reason. That's what happens, guys, when we get into a trade day and there's no clear trades to start the morning. I just get all hiccupy, apparently. All right, so Dow did tap all-time high. Let's see what it does. Is it going to make a new all-time high? Is it going to start reversing here? Let's check it out.
Yeah, let's see the kind of price action we get again.
Just made a new all-time high. Just ticked that all-time high up. So we've got a new all-time high on Dow. We're looking for shorts here at R5. We'll see. Is it just going to run and run all day, or is it going to come back? We'll see. Right now, it is pumping and just making new all-time highs throughout this candle. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens with price here.
Indexes are still.
While the techs, yeah. They're fighting. They're fighting now. Yeah. Right now fighting. Yes, fighting right off this London VWAP and NQ fighting off of the pre-market low here.
Russell's climbing here as well. We'll see if Russell can break.
So there's the price action that we're talking about, guys. You see that? It created new all-time highs, and you see the price action of that candle down there. So we will see what happens.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on Russell as well. See if it decides to break R3 and head to R4. I do like R4 here.
For now, what's up, Drano? What's up? Robert, what's up? So yeah, welcome, guys. Good morning. Tim and Steve, Alpha Flow Traders, our indicator that we created for ourselves to just make trading easier for us. And then after a while, started sharing it with friends, and now share it publicly. You can get all the info at alphaflowtrader.com. You can also find that info in our bios. We trade live every Monday through Friday, New York morning session, from say 9-ish to 11-ish, 9:30, 11:30, just somewhere in that time frame. Burrell, what's up? Agman, what's up? So yeah, let's get back to Dow here, which is still just making new all-time highs in this candle. About 11 seconds left.
11 seconds on this candle, but yeah, we're gonna have to see some real weak price action.
Ref, what's up?
Before we're interested.
All right. So we see it did create a new all-time high there. Now let's see what's are buyers going to keep pushing it, or are we going to start seeing selling pressure come in here? Ruben, what's up?
We got 5 minutes. Let me check on these grandkids real quick.
See, guys, if we're over here, over here trading, you got grandkids in the building. We can, you guys can do it. Anybody can do it. It's bring your grandkids to the office day, and they're having a blast out in over in the other room. Not mine. Mine are just doing. I'm not even sure what mine are doing. I have three as well. Steve has three as well. Um, and yeah. So anyway, let's see what Dow does. This right now is the only play, guys. For us right now, currently, like I said, there's already a winner on Russell. There's already a winner here on NQ that were pre-markets that came into the open market. As well as one on crude that is still not stopped out, but was been fighting. So there's an active one on crude as well from pre-market. We typically do not like to take a trade that's going to go from pre-market to market open. If we think we can get in and out of it before market open, we will 100% take it. But we're not really fans of being in a trade when that New York open happens and you just start seeing the volatility start, right? Just not ideal trading scenario for us, really for anybody. I know there's some people that will trade that open, and to me, that's just too gambly. So we prefer to wait for 5 minutes. Some people wait 15, but we typically just wait 5 minutes. And you see Dow just made another new all-time high. So sellers not ready to take over Dow yet. Sellers not quite ready to take over Dow yet. We'll see. We'll still keep an eye on it if it comes back and breaks this R5 level. Otherwise, it could just run and run, guys. Russell now coming into play. As you see, it broke through R3. As it heads up here to R4 at 29.19. With also this orange line, which indicates the prior day high. If we see Russell get up here, this will also be a nice short for us to look at. ES, like I said, it's kind of in no man's land. ES needs to break some levels and get way up here for us to look for a reversal there. NQ did not quite make it where we wanted it to. If NQ had made it down here to the London low, which is also our S5 level, we would have definitely taken that trade as well. But yeah, our whole thing is just waiting on setups and taking the right setup, right? We don't scalp, but like I say every morning, if you want to use our indicator to scalp, and you say, typically you want to see these signals, right? That's when you're trading our indicator. However, for my scalpers out there, right, you can simply, if you notice, we don't do red, green candles. We do this sort of greenish color and orange. Why do we do that? And if you notice here, some of these candles would be red candles, even though we have them marked green. Well, it's because we don't want you to get faked out. So when you see a candle color change on our indicator, that means that a market shift has been confirmed, right? So for my scalpers, when you see that, this wouldn't have been a great one, and I wouldn't have taken this scalp here anyway, just because it had such a short distance to these key levels, and you just had no room for profit. But for example, what I would have been looking for is, okay, it bounced off these key levels like you thought it would. Then when you see it shift back to green, enter your scalp there, you're making money. You see it start to exhaust right here, some selling pressure hits that pre-market high. You see that candle color change, scalp it down there and back up. So there's 3 scalp wins right there on Bitcoin, for example. That's not necessarily what we do, but it's 100% another way that you can use our indicator to make money in these markets. So you can just scalp candle color changes, guys. It's one of the simplest ways to use our indicator if that's your thing. We look for signals, these signals. Like you see one here on crude, it's still active and fighting. So yeah, Dow just keeps making new all-time highs. I am starting to see some selling pressure right here. So what does that tell me? That it's made all-time highs. It could be a good point to retrace here soon. We'll see what happens at this R5 level if it comes back through here. Oliver Brooklyn, what's up? Raymond, what's up? Welcome, guys. If you're just joining us, I'm Tim. Steve is not in his chair right now, but he is. We are Alpha Flow Traders, our indicator company. We're just 2 regular dudes that day trade for a living. We're not selling courses, discords, any of that kind of stuff. We just created our own indicator for ourselves, for literally just for me and him and I to take trades with, and just to make our decision making easier, because we trade a lot of different instruments. And of course, AI and machine learning can remember stuff better than we can, no matter how smart we think we are. So yeah, so we created it for ourselves, and then started sharing it with friends and family, and then as of a few weeks ago, went live to the public, and that's what you're seeing on our screen now while we demo it every Monday through Friday, 9-ish till 11-ish Eastern. What's the name of the app? AlphaFlowTrader.com, Barry. If you go to AlphaFlowTrader.com, what we're using is our KLP AI Pro, is what we trade off of every day. Yeah, so you can get all the information there. I think we have the information in our bios as well, but it's alphaflowtrader.com, and you can see all of our different products there. We have a couple different tiers. I definitely recommend either the $69 tier or the 119 tier. Either of which will pay for itself literally with one trade, with one winning trade, right? So one small micro trade per month, and you can pay for this tool. And people ask me that too. They're like, "Wow, well, man, some of these other ones, these machine learning apps are 500 a month or something like this, or 3,000 for a lifetime." And it's like, why don't you do that? Well, honestly, like we did not, like I said, initially, we did not create this indicator to sell it to you guys. We created this indicator just to use for ourselves and to trade for ourselves, right? It was literally just to help us. But then we started seeing real value in it, right? We started sharing it with friends and family, guys that were even new to trading. They started having success with it. And we said, you know what? Let's see if we can help a bunch of other people learn to trade and trade more intelligently, right? So that's what we do. Uh, let me pop the URL here in the chat. So Barry, I also just pinned a comment that has the URL as well, where you can get all the information on our thing. In the meantime, man, you just join us on live, check it out, see how we use it ourselves every day, and yeah, and so that's kind of what we do, man. It's more than just trying to sell you with a bunch of offline content. We just trade live with our own tool, and let you guys see it transparently, the wins, the losses, everything. Obviously, we would not be here if the wins were not outpacing the losses, right? Um, so yeah, so Dow just keeps making all-time highs, Steve. It's just
it's still got a lot of strength right
it's
now.
pumping, man. It is pumping. Not much above it, so we'll see what happens. Russ, on the other hand, starting to diverge from Dow a bit. So we see Dow just pumping, creating new all-time highs, where you see Russell over here on the right side.
Russ has kind of been
just kind of weak.
respecting that R3 level. It gets up to R3 and then
Yeah,
been rejected quite a few times. We had one winner, possibly two winners already off of R3, from what I can see on the Russell chart. One earlier back in London around 3:40 in the morning.
So yeah, so a couple winners on Russell outside of the one that you guys just see on the screen right here. Was it not this one? Sorry. Was it this one? Yeah, this one. No, that's a new one. Where was that Russell? Oh no, I'm on Euro. Sorry, my bad, y'all. This one right here, the Russell signal that already won this morning, and then there was one way back in London as well. All right, the index is picking up some buyers, man. So you see ES pumping. ES just cut through, just swept the prior day high. The prior day low. ES just swept the prior day low, so that tells you how far it has to go before we'll even start thinking about trading it.
ES is an outside day, so we are only looking for our 4 levels and up.
1 second, guys. Just have to send a message. All right.
You see, ES is approaching. I'm sorry, is approaching R3, but we are not interested in R3s. We are looking for R4s on ES.
It's got to get up here, way up here. So it's going to be a minute for ES. Was thinking that maybe NQ would come down here to S5 and give us a reversal long opportunity. It did not quite do that, and that's okay. Dow is just really strong right now, man. Yeah, it is just blowing through everything. It has blown through everything. It's got nothing up here. He's got a long way to go, way into all-time high territory before it gets anywhere else. Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, if it comes back down here and we start to see it bust through R5, we will absolutely still look for opportunities there. But I'm a little surprised just to see that it's just sustaining that move right now. Alfredo, what's up? David, what's up? That Brick knows what's up.
Gold's kind of diverging from the indexes, doing its own thing.
Yep, gold could be interesting down here at R4. It would have to come back through pre-market low as well as the Asia high to get there. That said, there's a ton of key levels. There's a ton of key levels below it as well. All right. No sound detector. Yeah, my bad. You guys, yeah, okay. I just got a little more sound warning on TikTok, but I see the levels look okay. Um, back over here to Dow. Dow, we were really hoping it was going to give us something here at R5, but it is really just strong buyers right now. You see, it's so far above VWAP. It's busted through everything and still climbing. Russell looks like it's finally going to make its little move potentially. It just swept the pre-market high here. You've got prior day high as well as R4 up there together, so that might be a nice level to watch, right?
Yeah, at this point, I'm liking probably the Russell trade at R4
All right.
over Dow at the moment.
So yep. So there you go. R4 at 29.19. You guys on Russell. We'll start looking for a short opportunity there. That oil trade, the pre-market trade, finally stopped out. Just nothing, just ranging. All right, we'll just keep an eye on Dow and Russ here for a minute. They're the two closest to anywhere we want them to be. All right, guys. If you're just joining us, I'm Tim again. This is Steve to my left. Alpha Flow Trader is our indicator suite, and everything you see on the chart, this blue value area that's forming right now, all of these labels for your supply and demand, support and resistance, as well as your key levels for your prior days and prior session highs and lows, all of that automatically drawn with one tool. And then, of course, the most important part of the tool is the signals here that you see, right? Like I mentioned earlier, for scalpers, we don't necessarily market this as a scalping indicator, but you 100% can use it to scalp. If you see how we don't just do red and green candles, we've changed the code on ours so that when there's a market shift that's been confirmed, the candle color changes, right? So this candle for sure would have been a red candle, right? But notice we have it highlighted red, but it's still a green candle. Why? Because we don't want you to get faked out. We want you to know that that shift is still valid. So for example, you see candle color change to green, you scalp up. This is a bullish trend, so I definitely would not scalp these shorts. But you see it change to green, you're scalping that for a win. It goes orange, changes back to green, you're scalping that for a win.
That's a good question, Ira. You want to explain to him?
What I didn't see. Oh yeah, outside day. So Ira, let me show you that real quick. I'll show you on the screen while we have an opportunity here. So I got my Dow chart open right now. So for inside outside day, you change your time frame from the 5 minute to the 1 day, right? So now I want to see these candles. It's going to take a second for our thing to load up. That doesn't matter. So these are now daily candles, right? So outside day simply means that today's price is already outside of yesterday's, right? So you see today it's outside of it on the high side, right? So that's inside outside day. Now, what does that mean? So you go to the 1 day. If price is already outside of the previous day, then it's an outside day. If it's inside, then it's an inside day, right? What does that mean? So what that means when you go back over to your 5 minute chart, that means that outside days mean we will not trade these R3 levels or S3 levels, okay? Because it just means there's too much likelihood of more of a breakout, right? Now, on inside days, we will trade all these levels, R3, S3. But on outside days, we avoid the S3 and R3. That's basically what it means for us. Yep. Becky, what's
Yeah, a
up?
lot
Aiden,
of the
what's up?
times on outside days, it normally means you're trending. We're trending either up or we're
Yeah,
trending down. And so we want the markets to get to their absolute extremes before we start looking for reversals.
right.
And so if we're trending, we're really not interested in the lower levels like the R3s or your S3s. We're more interested in those R4s and R5s and S4s and S5s on outside days. And then on inside days, it normally means we are ranging. We're in a ranging market. We're in a tight range. And so R3s are in play.
Masab, what's up?
Yeah, our three levels are in play there. The R3s and the S3s are in play on inside days. That's all
Moro
it is.
Chucks, what's up? Yeah, so if that, I hope that makes sense. If not, let us know. And I just realized that I did not do the dictionary yesterday like I was going to. Sorry, y'all. I lied.
We'll get on it. We'll
Yeah,
put
we'll
it on
get.
our to-do list.
We'll do it. Like I told, I think it was Flamingo and Olivia yesterday, who are fresh into trading, really excited about it. Said that they thought we were speaking another language, and I was like, you know what? That's a good point. We should create on our website in our learning section a sort of glossary of terms, right?
Mm-hmm. NQ is about to hit S5 now. Will that be the first time? No, that'd be the second time, but it's gonna make a new lower low, and we'll see how price reacts here on
Yep.
NQ.
Rosalinda, what's up? Jamo, what's up?
Dow showing some signs of slowing down with that last candle.
Let's look
But
at
yeah,
Dow.
we'll see. We'll see if that
Yeah, Dow's starting
keeps
to
up.
flatten. Dow's starting to flatten out a little bit there, so we'll watch that. Back over here to NQ. NQ just punched through there. All right, so now it swept that London low. Let's see what happens here with this candle. May have an opportunity for a long reversal here. TBD. Nito, what's up? Masab, what's up again, man? Welcome.
Dow just keeps pumping, man.
The Dow pumping back up again. Yeah, there it goes. They said, nah, we're going to go ahead and just new all-time high, guys. Sorry for those that want shorts here. So some really strong buying pressure on Dow. All right, we'll keep an eye here on NQ. What do we have? About 3 minutes for this candle to close. And we'll see what lines up here on NQ off of this S5 level as well as the London low that is right there as well. All right. Me, what's up? Johnny, what's up? If you guys are just joining us this morning, I'm Tim. This is Steve with Alpha Flow Trader. We're just two regular dudes that day trade for a living. We created the indicator that you see on our screen just for ourselves, right? Solely for ourselves. And then started sharing it with those close to us, and recently decided that we were going to share it publicly. And this is how we're getting it out there, by taking trades live on here with you guys with nothing but our indicator, right? And I'll give you an example of what the signals look like. You're going to see that. This is Russell Wynn from earlier. You'll see the signal. And what's cool about our tool, man, is it doesn't just give you a triangle and tell you to sell or buy, right? You hover over it, it's going to give you all the information you need about that, all the confluences you need to sort of build your confidence there. So I think that's one thing that separates our tool from others. Obviously, another is the price point. We're cheap. We're cheap, especially considering that we have true AI and machine learning, not just like a lot of those that say they use machine learning. Ours is actually legit machine learning, which you do not find at our price point in this industry at all. Why do we do that? Just because we're not here to make money selling indicators. It's cool when we do, but we're here to make money trading using our indicator. And we're confident that anybody that uses it will pretty quickly see that it pays for itself very quickly, and can not only just do that. It can't just help. It's not just going to help you win trades, but it can help you learn trading as well, just because you're understanding how markets react to all these key levels and supply zones and that are drawn out for you. A rare snowflake
Dow's
trade.
giving us a very good looking candle.
What's that, Dow?
We'll see. We got a minute left before this candle forms, but if it keeps this formation, man, it's another good signal.
All right, gold. What's up? Juju, what's up? Timer, what's up? Timer, I have no idea what you're talking about. RST, trading to RST.
The hell is that? Backdoor
NTD. I don't know. Either that dude is. I think he's talking about options.
Passphrase or something.
Yeah, I feel like he's maybe talking about options. Let's see what this weirdo is. Sex records. Okay, yeah. You're weird, bro. You are weird, bro.
Backdoor granny.
Yeah, is that backdoor granny? That's crazy. Anyway, y'all, let's get off of that and see what's happening here. So we've got Dow, which we were looking for shorts here. Obviously, it just kept making new all-time highs, so nothing there yet. And Russell, we're looking for it to get here to R4, so that could still be in play. NQ, we're watching here now that it has rejected S5. We'll see what happens here on NQ. That could be a setup for us as well. We'll see what the if it plays out, we'll see what the ticks are and what that risk looks like. Mildred, what's up? Zay, what's up? All right. Did you catch a scalp there, dude? Yeah. See, I knew if I keep talking about that scalps, my boy Ira's gonna jump into a scalp there. It does work, man. Like it does. It's just it's riskier, but it works. 860 scalp there. Which
Nice.
one did you take? Which instrument? What were you on, Dow, or sorry, what instrument did you scalp? And yeah, maybe we just have to have maybe we just do a 1 day scalping event, you know, and we just change all our titles to scalp scalp futures with us today, and just see. And okay, sweet man, sweet, good stuff, bro. It's good stuff, man. One mini for
Yeah, it gave
860.
us.
Let's
You see
go.
what it gave us gave that wick off of S5 there.
NQ.
Yeah.
Yeah, now with that size candle, I'm good. I'm not interested. So we're already too big for me. Which is unfortunate because I really did like this. I honestly, that wick off S5 was one where sometimes manually I may have just entered that one right there because that was such a good, such a good rejection of that level. But so go. Definitely not going to be interested in NQ. I don't think with this. Not on minis anyway. If I was on micros potentially, because we did have a similar move yesterday that did climb all the way up there, didn't we? But yeah, I'd love to see it come back down some more. Dow's starting to fight now. Let's see what Dow does. Russell getting very, very close. So let's watch Russell here at R4.
Yeah, I was watching Russell there.
But if you like our boy Ira just did, if you took the scalp off the market shift on here on Russell too, you're loving this trade right now. Same with Dow. Dow was already kind of bullish. If you took that green market shift on a scalp, you're loving it. All right, we do have something flashing now on Dow. To me, I need to see it come back to R5. So we'll keep an eye on it though. It looks like we're probably going to end up with a signal here on NQ. Like I said, I'm likely going to avoid it just because of the size of that candle. I'm not trying to jump in and start my day with such a huge risk trade. Ira, appreciate it, man. No, it is like, dude, we know, man. That's like we used it ourselves, and that's why we finally we had like almost like a aha moment. We're like, dude, like this is like good enough to like we should other people should use this. So when you say stuff like that, man, I'm not surprised, but I love to hear it because we're new, right? We're a small business and we're new, and that's how it will ultimately succeed or fail is by people like you that see it, use it, and speak on it, right? So we super appreciate it, man. So I'm really glad to see you. And the scalping thing, just be mindful, dude. Just scalp trend though, just scalp trend. If it's a bullish, if you're seeing price on the daily chart is bullish, just look for long scalps and vice versa for short scalps. That's my only advice on scalping is scalp with the trend. Be a friend of the trend. All right. Yeah, about a minute left there. Let's see what Dow's doing here. I just don't want to get faked out by Dow. Because
It's a weak signal here flashing on Dow.
yeah, and it did make all-time highs. I might take a smaller contract here, but it did. It would be a
This is
short
one.
stop.
Yeah, this is one of these situations where
It'd be a short stop. I'll probably take it.
Plan for a double. Plan for 2 attempts at it.
So we'll see what happens there. We got about 30 seconds left. With my dealer. Oh, nice. Naomi, what's up? All right, so let's see. Yeah, whenever you take scalps like that, let us know, Ira, man. I'm always love to hear it, man. And if you take one for a loss too, let me know because if we're on live, I'll look at it and tell you kind of like if we would have taken it or not. All right,
so
what we got
Dow
here?
is a weak signal, huh?
On Dow, I'll just go ahead and take it anyway. One contract, super small stop there. What is that? 51.78. And then we'll just go.
Okay, so let's go upstairs.
All right, let's see what happens there, guys. Kind of a small stop there. If you're trading micros, that's only a 47.50, like a 47.50 risk. So if you're trading micro, very small risk trade there. And we also got one on NQ. I don't know about that one. What do you think?
NQ's candle was
Too big,
too
right?
big for me.
How
I'll
many
stick with
how
this
many ticks is
Dow
that?
trade, and let's see what Russell's doing.
Yeah.
Russell is at R4, so I'll consider Russell as well. If we get a signal here.
All right, so we'll watch Russell. We already have a Dow trade open. See how it goes. Yeah, Ira, I don't know if any of you guys took the I don't know if any of you guys took the that call out we made for ES yesterday. Around 1 o'clock, ES finally reached that level down at S5 we were waiting for, and both Steve and I took it and had a nice winner on that one right after lunchtime. All right, Dow. I don't know, man. These markets are looking strong now. All right, so you do see an open signal on NQ that we're not in right now, but we did get a weak signal there. We'll see what it does, especially as it approaches this S4 level again. ES kind of in no man's land for us anyway. We're in this Dow trade, small Dow trade, and looking for Russell to potentially start reversing here as well. That would be a good spot to reverse for Russell. You got the prior day high right here, as well as R4 resistance line. So that would be a nice setup for us on Russell. We'll go watch the trade we're not in yet. This NQ trade. What's gold doing? Let's look at gold. Gold was kind of doing its own thing there. Yeah, gold's still working its way down. Interesting. If it gets down to R4, we might look for a long here on gold. It would have to sweep this Asia high to do that. So we'll see what happens there.
No, we're in R4s for gold. So
hold on for gold.
Yeah, we'd be looking at shorts.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Yeah. That's misspoke. Exactly. Yeah, shorts. Continuation short. Natural gas, no signals, but scalper's dream right now. And crude just fighting around. We'll see what crude does. Crude will probably come down to this pre-market low right here at 91.91, and I bet we'll start seeing some movement here shortly on that. Hassan, what's up? Look at this Dow trade's just fighting. This Dow trade doesn't feel super sexy to me right now, just because it was making all-time highs with a lot of pressure, and you're seeing the other indexes with some buying pressure as well. So don't feel super great about this Dow trade, but it is what it is. It just, for me, it's just one contract, so I went half size that I normally would go, and it's a relatively small stop. If you guys are trading micros out there, this is only a 47.50. You're risking $50 basically, right? 50 to make or 47 to make 70. For me, the way the math worked out, it was a little weird because I only took one contract. I'm not going to get out at TP1. I'm going to either write it down to here or wait till it gets here and then go to break even. So we'll see what happens there. Doing it. What's up? ES starting to see some selling pressure there, which I like to see. You're in the Russell as well. Oh, hold on. Did the Russell hit already? The Russell didn't hit yet. Do you just take yeah, man, wait or tell me why you got into Russell, I guess, because it looks like it could set up for us, but it has not yet. But we will be looking for a short here on Russell as well. It did hit the level. True, it did wick the level, and that is good looking price action. But remember, like for us, we just always wait for a confirmation, meaning we just need to see that time frame close, which it's about to. And it did not signal why, because there was still a bit of buying pressure there. So just be mindful of that. 29.20. Yeah. Did you set a limit order there? Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad move just because of the way it wicked it. But yeah, I just look for that confirmation first. But yeah, it could very well hit. You could have just got a really good discount or a really good early entry. We'll see in a minute. But yeah, for us anyway, we always wait for the signal to confirm. very rarely will we jump in early. Like one example where I wish I would have jumped in early was on this NQ, because when I see a candle like this one, I will definitely jump in early because that's just such a rejection wick right there, right? TP1. Oh, cool, cool. I would, yeah, I would have definitely entered this one. That's one where I would have entered early if I was going to. But yeah. So let's see what happens here, guys. Jump over to ES and NQ. So ES and NQ, right now, you see how they're moving, and then look at Dow, basically moving the same as ES and NQ right now. So we'll see. It's diverging a little bit, but we'll see if these other indexes continue to come down. It should be good for this trade. Gold, not quite there yet. Natural gas, nothing. Bitcoin, nothing. And crude, nothing. But like I mentioned earlier, guys, I do think crude will come down to this pre-market low, and we'll start to see some sort of move there off of this pre-market if it gets there. All right. Keeping an eye on Russell, guys, looking for a rejection here. Confirm reject. Do I need to watch to 5 minutes to get the confirmation? Well, no. So it just depends on what you trade, man. I will say that the higher time frame confirmations are more I think accurate. Probably. I can't even say that for sure, but we just trade 5 minutes, so we wait. If you're trading on the 2 minute chart, and that's what you do, then use the 2 minute, right, Steve? I mean, yeah, if you're trading on 2 minute, use the 2 minute. But you know, especially if you're in a 2 minute and you see a 5 minute confirmation, then it's usually a pretty good sign. So it's really just you can, if you want to enter on the 2 minute and watch for 5 minute confirmation, you can do that. But if I'm trading just 2 minutes and that's what I do, I'd probably just run with that. But what I would offer, or what I would suggest to do, is just spend some time back testing. Go in, look at the 5 minutes, have the 5 minute on one side, have the 2 minute on one side, and go just scroll back. Just scroll back and look at winners and losers and just see what you're seeing and see how you feel about it. Leo, what's up? Yeah, the other market's getting kind of some buyers now. So obviously Dow moving up a little bit with them. We will see what happens. Is it going to make a new all-time high? Is it going to come back down? TBD. We're also keeping an eye on Russell here. And yeah, and since I just asked that question, so we trade on the 5 minute. That said, the tool works the same way on all the different time frames. It looks at the same things. It's just you're going to have different distances to go, right? So you're going to have, for the 2 minute, you're going to have typically quicker trades and so on, right? So so yeah, but right now I personally like to wait for 5 minute confirmation, just because to me it's less noisy. I don't get faked out as much. I don't worry so much about opposite candles going against me, right? And right now Russ is looking kind of strong, man. That candle though, even on the 5 minute, that was a decent candle to enter on. It just did not have enough to confirm it as a signal. So and you see, you know, this Dow trade going against us right now as well, which that's fine. It was very bullish, right? So obviously we're scalping, or not we're scalping, we're reversing, right? So you're always going to be, it's always a bit riskier, but the reward is great. So really wishing I would have took the early entry on this. So put the indicator aside, guys, put everything aside. If I was just purely trading Camarilla levels, nothing else, thinking about nothing else, I probably enter on this nice long rejection wick off of S5 or on NQ there. But 5 is safer. Yeah, I mean, it's safer. Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, you know, the data we can look at that, and we can look actually, and that's something we need to do anyway. Look at the different time frame differences, 2 minute versus 5 versus 15. So we do look at the data on a regular basis on the winning rates, but we typically look at it on the 5 minute. So we definitely can start looking at it on the 2. And I'm now really curious actually to see what the difference is there. Let's see. ES sort of starting to lead the charge a little bit. Are we gonna kiss? Yeah, y'all are funny, dude. Yeah, no, we're not, bro. But hey, it is Pride Month, so we support you just the same. All right, that's just, you know, we're Yeah, we're just definitely not doing that. But we support you, man. We support you for Pride Month. Happy Pride Month, dude.
Yeah, just stop on that.
Oh, almost forgot I was in that trade. I've got it right at the app stop. Yeah, I think I went one tick above it, 579. Um, so we'll see. Right now, it's just fighting. Could take a minute. That's why I keep jumping over to ES and NQ.
Yes, having a hard time getting past R3. Still looking good.
All right, the Russell trade or the Russell chart, looking for a rejection here at R4 plus this prior day. It did kind of cleanly close above both, but we'll see what happens if it can move back down and get sucked back down into this high volume area down here, where price likes to stay. If you guys are just joining us, I'm Tim. This is Steve. Alpha Flow Trader is our indicator. Um, that's what you're seeing on the screen right now. This is what the signals look like. You can hover over and get all the information on that trade. We don't just we don't just say buy or sell and leave you on your own. We give you all the information you need to feel confident or to feel like you don't need to get in the trade, right? So yeah, everything you see here, this value area that's forming in the blue, the value area highs and lows, all of these Camarillo pivot levels, the S3s and R3s, as well as all of these colored session highs, which you see some labeled pre-market low, pre-market high, London high, right? Those are all the key levels, all automatically drawn, as well as these shaded areas that you see green and red up top. Those are your supply and demand zones that are automatically drawn out. So our tool goes back and finds those and draws them on your chart and updates them for you in real time. So yeah, right now just a little bit choppy, there. Let's see what our Dow trade is doing. Just fighting. Yeah, the Dow trade just kind of fighting right now. It's going to be one of those grinders, I think. But we'll see. I haven't checked gold. Let's check gold. Gold, not quite down there yet. We did get a signal on natural gas, guys. I did not see it. Do I like it? It's a poor signal. And it's a, yeah, I don't know, man.
I think I like I like that R5
On natural gas up here. Yeah, you got the double stacked supply zones there. Yeah, so you see this area, the shaded red. So our supply zones, they'll tell you. So the first supply zone was a daily. You see this one, the smaller supply zone is on the 4-hour chart. So it's finding those higher time frame supply and demand zones, which are much more accurate to trade off of than the lower time frames. So that's what we do. All right, buying pressure there on ES. Wu Tang nephew, what's up, man?
this Dow trade, it is a week. I have
Same, yeah.
This is one of those situations, though, but it is our first trade of the day, and we like it. So it's not. These are one of the situations where we did take a week, and of course,
I personally liked it because of it had made all time highs. It started to struggle, and it was also a short stop, right? So
had we been in had we have a couple of winners under our belts this morning,
probably avoid that one.
We're going to stay away from this Dow trade, but it's our first day trade of the day, our first decent looking setup, even though it's weak.
Paul Richard, what's up? Around break even right now on this Dow trade, guys. Been fighting for about 15 minutes now and hasn't really seen much movement either way. I think got up to maybe $100 at one point, or $80 or something. But like you said, if you're in a micro contract right now, then this is you're risking $47.50, right? If you're in one micro, $90. If you're into $93. Yeah, Noah, what's up? And the reason, guys, the reason why you see me, so we're in this Dow trade, and the reason why you see me jump back to this ES chart primarily is because Dow does like to move with these indexes a lot of times, with ES specifically. So I look here just for other confluence, just to see if I, for example, if I see this ES just all of a sudden, boom, start shooting up, I'm probably going to have to think about getting out of that Dow, just because if I don't see immediate divergence, I'm probably going to have to get out of it. So that's why I jump back and forth here. The Nasdaq as well, but the ES typically just being a leading indicator, right? All right, so there we go. Got into a little profit there finally on Dow. Let's see what happens. It really is just fighting, and we're approaching VWAP. We're approaching R5 again. We're approaching VWAP and the 21 EMA. So I expect to see a lot of fight right here, and we'll see how that plays out. Oil did not quite get there to that pre-market low. It decided it was going to go ahead and turn around. Now, oil, what do you think about this oil S5?
Like I said, with oil, the we've already had an S5 signal that didn't quite get there. Actually, I stopped out.
Yeah, that also was rode into market open. Yeah, and it was market. It happened before and after market open. Um, so yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm kind of curious about it, honestly, just because it did make such a big move down earlier. It's definitely in a bearish trend right now, but I'd be interested in I think in that crude trade. Caden, what's up? All right, still seeing it get a little bit of selling pressure on ES now. Let's see. Yep, that's translating to Dow, like I was talking about earlier. Um, we do have to get past this significant R5 level again, and then somehow try to get below this EMA and VWAP right here as well.
R5 is right at, I mean, TP1 for Dow for me at least is right at VWAP. So I do get out of the this will be just a TP1 trade for me.
All right, let's go. Yeah, I might have to consider that too, just because if I don't, I'll just go break even when it gets there. Just go for the bigger move. We'll see what happens, what it does when it gets to VWAP. Little volatility here on S&P and Nasdaq. Oil's in a shift. It has confirmed shift to the upside. So for your scalpers, that could have been a good scalp opportunity, especially if it stays above this EMA right here, which it looks like it's probably going to. Oil, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, looking at this oil, if you'd entered here, I feel pretty good about a scalp on this oil here, at least up here to this pre-market high, you know. Anyway, good morning, guys. Welcome. If you're just joining us for the first time, I'm Tim. This is Steve. Alpha Flow Trader is our indicator, our signals indicator, and key levels indicator. You see it on our screen right now. Here's what our signals look like. You hover over it, it's going to give you all that information. And all these key levels, the support and resistance lines, as well as your prior session highs and lows, all of that, your prior days, weeks, lows, all that automatically drawn for you, as well as these demand zones you see here, automatically drawn for you. So no more having to get up early and go find demand zones and draw them. It's just automatically going to draw them, and when they're invalid, it removes them. So I know for me personally, that was a big deal. That was one of my first requests when we were building this thing was, man, I hate drawing. I hate finding and drawing supply and demand zones. So that was definitely a request for me. All right, Dow fighting a little bit at that R5 level, which I had mentioned it could. ES and NQ. ES and NQ kind of going both ways a little bit. Unsure of whether the buyers or sellers are going to be in control here. All right, let's see what this Dow guy does here. As it approaches this R5, let's see if it rejects it, if it can come clean through it. That EMA, or sorry, the VWAP, which is this bluish green line running right here. You see that VWAP is right below that too, so that is a strong area for it potentially to reject off of. We'll see. And you see, guys, we have a signal flashing on Russell finally on the 5-minute chart. Flashing does not mean enter it. And see, it just went away. And that's why we don't enter until it's confirmed. All right. What is yes and Q doing? Okay, give me a little selling action on the S&P and Nasdaq now. So should help out our Dow trade if that can keep up. Especially if ES can get back through its prior day here. That would be cool. All right, so this Dow trade is now at R5. I may self-manage this trade just because we have R5, VWAP, and what do you call it? The 21 EMA all right there together. So I may go if I can breach this R5 here, and I see it starting to fight with VWAP. I'll probably just go break even. I'm not going to get out early. I could get out right now for $200, but I'll probably just go break even at that point. Louis, what's up? It does look like it's kind of rejecting it, so I may just go break even. We got about 3 minutes left. Yeah, and that's all personal preference, man. So, like for example, I'm in one contract, right? So TP1 to me wasn't worth the risk reward. I had to stay in TP2. So what I do to offset that is I just rather than taking profit there, I just go break even, guys. So it at least becomes a risk-free trade. So it's either two. I either win 2-1 or nothing there, or I break even, and then that's something that I'm okay with.
Yeah, I may fly. Yeah, let me see what's the next. Maybe at the bottom of this low volume, TP 1.5, maybe.
Yeah.
And just start trailing it down.
Yeah, or should I just get out at TP1? What do you think, Steve? Should I just go ahead and just break even at TP1 and look for the big move, or should I just go ahead and just get out of there at TP1?
Coming off of all-time highs, yeah, I'll just talk myself into it.
Yeah.
It's coming off all-time.
I might do the same thing, y'all. So you might see me dump this trade. At any rate, I'm going break even here regardless. So this is now a risk-free trade for me. And I have a second to think about if I want to exit it manually or not, just based on how it reacts here at this low volume node and the VWAP, which it right now just touched and said, I'm not sure about that yet. So we'll see, guys. Being it is the first trade of the day, you might see me go ahead and just self-manage out of this one early if I get the opportunity to. But at least either way, I know. I know. Look at him. He's like, "Come on, bro. I know. I hear you, dude. I know. So close too." I just try. Listen, like I said, a big part of our strategy is just consistency, and it's just consistency. So, for example, if my risk there, if I was to lose that trade, but yet I was willing to get out for half R, it's going to throw my risk reward off in the long run. So my weekly return, my monthly return is going to get thrown off a little bit. Yeah, trust me, man. It's not something that comes easy for me either, bro. The discipline part. Like I said, I literally broke off from the gang for about a month and went off with a mentor in Spain, literally, and that's where I just really he was like the discipline guru, man, and it did a lot for me. It changed the way I think about a lot of things. So so I will now just maybe do a break even versus taking the L there, but which even my mentor would have me not do. He would say it's either stop loss or profit or nothing, and I'm like, okay, but to me, break even, I have no problem with that. I love small losses, and break even risk-free trades are great too. So, and you see, guys, it did exactly what I was worried about it doing. It did tap through that R5 and reject VWAP. The candle's obviously not closed, but let's see what it does. It did touch directly, if you see, perfectly off VWAP. So that's just a situation where, you got to do what you got to do, man. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I either make nothing or I hit my actual goal. So we'll see. Right now, it looks like I might end up breaking even, but that's okay. That's part of it. I could have gotten out of here for probably 200 something bucks already. And I would not blame anybody if you did. All right, so now we see a signal on ES it's a poor signal, but I do like that I'm seeing the short signal on ES just because I'm in a short on Dow right now. And I like that it's the volume's switching up, but I love that it's coming down still, sort of stepping its way down. Oh, the one on yeah. Yeah. And so guys, if you notice, like you'll see a if this signal says VAH, that means it's a value area high or low trade, right? It's a different, so we have a couple different types of signals. The main signal that we trade though are these Camarillo signals. So you want to see it say cam reversal, right? These VAHs, the value areas, they do hit as well, but we're just bigger fans of the Camarillos, right? The win rate's a bit higher there. And it's just, we just try to stick with it. And now different types of markets will trade the value areas. It just depends. So in a really rangy market, so if right now we're in more of a trending market, but if we were in a rangy market where it's just going up and down, then I do take these value area high or low trades because it just bounces down. This is the value area, so it just goes from the high down to the low. Back. You'll see that on rangy days. It will literally go from here to here to here to here. On those kind of days, I will 100% take these trades. But when we're on more of a trending day, I'm only looking for these cam reversals, right? Yeah. But I would not be mad at you guys if you got out of that Dow trade or that Dow trade with some profit there, because it is a very bullish market. So I could not be mad at you if you got out of that. It looks like I'm probably going to get out at break even here, unfortunately, but that's okay. No worries. Had a couple solid wins last night in Asia, so if this one goes break even, start the day today, I'm cool with that, and it looks like that's what's going to happen. And it did come so close. Now I will tell you this, guys: if I was only in TP1, if I was not going for the bigger move, I would definitely have just gotten all out right here when it tapped VWAP. I would have said I would have moved this TP1 to VWAP and just got out. But I was looking for the bigger move, so I did not do that. And right now it looks like I'm definitely going to get stopped out, I would say. Yep, seeing some buying pressure on ES as well. So probably a high likelihood that this one goes break even for me, and it looks like there it goes. Not quite. Goodness, that was close. Holy smokes. And this might be one too where I regret going break even, because for it to get to my stop loss, it would have to pass all-time high. But I got so close to TP1 there that I just had to go break even. I just wasn't going to turn it. I was not going to turn a TP1 winner into a loser. So that's where the discipline kicks in. All right, it's fighting, man. Dude, we get one tick from stop loss there, dude. Or one tick from break even, I should say. You hear me?
Dow?
Yeah, one tick from break even. For me, anyway.
I got out at VWAP.
You'd use VWAP as a TP1?
Yeah.
I might do that again if it gets down there again. We'll see. I may do that as well, because I just watched, this thing's too emotional right now. Like I went from up $2.50 to up $10 to almost break even. Let's see what happens if we can at least get there. I just don't see myself. Hopefully. Seeing some selling pressure on ES, which I like to see when I'm in a Dow trade. Yeah, we'll see. But I'm at break even for a reason, guys. And as you guys saw, I made it within one tick of my break even, and it kind of started to turn again. Hopefully, it stays with it, but we'll see. We'll see. Right. See how far it was. Yeah. Now, like I was saying though earlier, what I was saying earlier though, if I was going just strictly off cam strat only, like book strat, I enter off that rejection candle, and then you're probably TP1. Yeah, because that big candle. Yeah, you're definitely TP2 probably. So, yep. I would like to see it come through R4. Tommy, what's up? Guys, if you're just joining us, I'm Tim. This is Steve. Alpha Flow Trader is our suite of indicators that you're seeing on the screen right now. It produces these signals as well as draws all of these key levels on your charts, all of your supply and demand zones, all of your support and resistance, all of your value area profile, all drawn out by our tool. Just one tool to rule them all, right? You don't need a million of them. Lord of the Rings reference there for the nerds out there. Yeah, so yeah, this Russell did confirm. What are you thinking, Steve? It's poor too. I really would want to see it have been below R4. Exactly. I like it to close below R4 and prior day. It is a small stop though, so I'm considering it still, just because I'm feeling frisky today on this Thursday. Had a pretty good week. Um, we'll see. Dow looking like it may just stop me out at break even here, guys. Steve got out at TP1. I said I'm going to ride it down here or nothing. So when it hit TP1 or right there at it, I moved my stop to break even. And rather than taking that profit there, which I'm not liking how I see ES now getting some buyers. And you see Dow following along right with it, and looks like I'll be out right here. Oh, the same thing it did last time. Maybe it can do another miracle reverse. We'll see. I love how it's using my break even as resistance right now.
Well, you also got point of control just below entry candle, so that's good as well.
Yeah.
Well, I see it here on Quant Tower.
See, guys, and this is why we don't take the value area signals in a trending market like this, because you see that it's basically a fake out. Now, if this was a ranging market, that's when that's when that's what I was telling them where you're gone. Rangy market where you just see it up and down through the value area, that's when you can look at those. But these real trending markets, it's a tough call. All right, Dow did another miracle reversal. Let's see, man. Is it going to give me a chance? Is it just telling me to take this money? Is that what Dow's doing? What do you think, Ira? You think Dow's just telling me to take this money, dude? As you can see on my screen, it's literally rejecting off of my stop, which is crazy. Take it. Yeah, I'm thinking about it, man. Honestly, I'm thinking about it, especially because it's struggling to get back below R5 here. And you got VWAP right there. There's just a lot of stuff to reject off of there. I just gotta quit looking at it. I'm gonna get out early. Yeah, this NQ signal called earlier is still fighting. It's in profit for sure. Not quite to TP1. TP1 is so far away just because of the size of this candle, right? So that's where not all signals are created equal, guys. Even if it's good, even a good signal, when I see such a wide stop, I hesitate, right? As we all should. Come on, Dow. Quit messing with me, bro. I'm liking what I'm seeing on Russell there too. Just watch ES for a minute, see because if ES at the end of the day, what's happening right now with me on Dow is strictly being controlled by what's happening right here on ES. So if I can see ES keep pushing, yeah. Oh, come on, get through R5, dude. All right, so I'm back up around $200, just over $200. Let's see what happens here, guys. I'm about to hit VWAP. If I see it tap VWAP again, I'll probably get out, but everything is right there. R5, R5, VWAP, and the 21 EMA all stacked up on top of each other. Let's see what's ES doing. All right, ES starting to get some. Okay, ES getting some pressure down. So let's see if Dow is going to run with it. Dow does have these blockers right here. Gold dumping as well. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Look at that gold. Hey, if you guys scalp, look at that scalp. Scalp down, wait, scalp down. Huge wins right there on gold. Based just off color candle scalp changes. Or candle color change scalps. It's just rejecting R5 over and over again, man. Dow. 20 minutes straight. 20 minutes straight. 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes straight. Rejecting R5. And that's another thing about these levels, guys. Like, so this is a resistance level, right? But when you see it's already above it, you see how it can also turn that resistance level into a support level, which is what's happened to me here with these 3 candles. It's using this R5 level now as support, not as resistance. Yeah. Yeah, I felt like when I moved my stop to break even, it was probably going to end up being a break even trade. Could have gotten out of it for a couple $100, but so it go. Man, what's up? Yeah, and you see this neutral candle right here. So we had rejection, rejection, neutral candle. Not great looking, but we'll see. This Russell trade here on the 5 minute did confirm, but it's a poor signal. We did not enter. It's doing the same thing with R4. It's using R4 now as support. So let's see what happens. Oops. Yeah, ES chopping and getting some buying pressure. Not going to help my Dow trade at all. Looks like we're about to go break even, which I've said the last couple times. Not sure how many times I can keep getting lucky with it one ticking break even for me. Enzo, what's up? Hi, my boy Ira told me I need to take it, but probably should have, man. Probably should have when it got up to 2 something last time, just because the way it's fighting right now. But I'm just trying to stick with the plan. But if it gets close there to that VWAP again, I'm going to go ahead and say that I will get out. If it can just somehow break R5, I will get out here, right around here. But it's kind of an up and down right now. You see how the candles have flattened out. So that could mean we're about to come down, or it means that we're just basing and about to finish our move up, right? Come back up. The only thing why I'm thinking maybe not is because the all-time highs we already hit. We've got a lot of indecisiveness on the S&P here. You see the up and down wicks. A little bit on NQ here as well. Messi, what's up? Getting pretty close to break even again. If you're in this NQ signal, you're still in profit. It is fighting, but you're definitely in profit still on this NQ signal. And I'm about to go break even here for sure. At least I think so. I know I've said that 14 times now. But it's the market is just using my my stop loss right now as resistance. Out there we go. Oh, it didn't get me out. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. That was crazy. And there we go. Break even trade for me. All right, guys. So I had a chance to take a couple $100 there around here, around TP1. I had my stop further, or I might take profit further. I was going to just go to break even at TP1, which I did. So risk-free trade there. I did not lose anything. I did not win anything, and that's okay. That was a very strong buying candle relative to what we've been seeing, and I'm okay with that result. Of course, I wish, hindsight, maybe I should have just did what Steve did and took out right here, but so it goes. All right, so what other live signals we have here? We have, yeah, gold is coming down to R3, which is also the London low. Gold is an outside day, but like I've said before, as you see up here, oh yeah, it's just been such a clean move. Look at that, from R5, almost from R5 all the way through R3, with a little bit of fight there in between. Long way to go down here to S3, which is also in a huge supply zone, so that's not bad. Not a bad setup potentially. That's all we've got. Everything else is either in a trade or. Yeah, it might be one of those mornings, guys. Might be one of those mornings where we have to do like yesterday and look for that after lunch call out, which we called out yesterday on ES, and we called out the exact level that it started reversing, and we both entered that trade, and both I took about almost a 2R. I had 2 contracts, and I took one out at 1-to-1, and then when I saw the way it was fighting, I went ahead and took the second one out a bit later. But pretty good trade though, if you guys checked the call outs yesterday. Messi, what's up? Yeah, ES just really chopping around right now, as is NQ. Really everything is, honestly, except for gold, which is very, very clean move down. And bullshit. Remember that natural gas trade I said earlier I should have taken? Oh no, it looks like it got stopped right before it hit. It definitely hit TP2 after it got ticked. Oh, that was the was natural gas inventory. That's why I wasn't taking it. Yeah, that's right. Good call. Look at these scalp opportunities on Bitcoin, y'all. Boom, candle color change, scalp up, scalp down, scalp up, scalp down. As long as you're managing your stops properly on there, Bitcoin gave a lot of scalp opportunities this morning. Crude, why did crude not give a signal? Yeah, this S5, I'm just curious on this S5 trade, guys, that I'm looking at here. When I saw it close above S5, pretty strong. That might not have been a bad trade there. All right, market's getting some strength now. So I'm glad I went break even, guys, on this trade. Of course, it'd have been better to take that TP1, but break even is something that I'm super happy with at this point, just because I did not want to turn what was essentially a TP1 winner into a loser. So that's what I avoided. And you see the Russell, the poor signal on Russell got stopped out there. So there's just some strength right now in the markets, guys. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, kind of a boring day, man. Kind of a boring day. We did have an opportunity. There was a couple winners on Bitcoin. There was a few winners pre-market. And there was did this NQ trade end up hitting? I bet it did. No, not yet. This NQ trade very well could go for a win right now. Dow, you see we're in this Dow trade. Got damn close to TP1. That's why I went ahead and slid to break. I didn't get out of the trade. I just slid to break even. Steve did get out here for profit. I just moved my stop to break even at that point.
Yeah, those poor trades, you definitely got to take some
treat them a little differently, right? This crude trade, I'm thinking there should have been a signal there. You had a 5-minute candle close above S5, bullish, with the market shift. You see what I'm talking about? There at 1025. Maybe. Gotcha. But yeah, that's one too, guys. Just eyeball, like I said on that NQ earlier, eyeball. That's a candle I'd probably enter on here. Yeah, we're getting choppy here, guys. This Dow trade technically has never stopped out, right? So I did, like I said, I moved my stop to break even, just based on where I got to. But it's technically still an active trade. Yeah, you got to stop up here above the all-time, right at the all-time high. So it would have to make a new all-time high to technically stop you out of that one. So if you're still, excuse me, man, I'm so tired for some reason. If you're still in that trade, I mean, and you have conviction on it, you still have ways to go to your stopped out. Not on this Russell one. That Russell one, you would be stopped out already, as well as this one. But this is not, like I said, this is a different type of signal, right? If our signals are value area and Camarillo, so this one, if it doesn't say Cam reversal, then it says VAH or VAL reversal. Those are not as high probability as the other ones, which is why we avoided it. But at the end of the day, that's why we have machine learning set up, so it can learn and understand. Like we have our biases, just how we see and feel in the market every day, right? But we'll let the data tell us. Like we're not just going to make assumptions. What was that? Stop out Russell alert. Okay. All right, so guys, now we're looking like ES. We're looking like ES is going to have to get up here to R4 at this point. And Q is probably not gonna. Nothing's gonna happen because it did not. I mean, it did. It did. That's why I'm kicking myself honestly on this NQ trade, just because that was the perfect entry candle right there. But yeah, so we probably won't see a trade there set up for a long ways just because where it is now. ES I could see getting up here to R4. And gold kind of in no man's land. Euro as well. Euro, I don't know. We'll see if Euro can somehow get above R5 and start a push up, but I don't see that happening. Or I'm sorry, below. What am I saying? Reversal. Oh, back if it can come back and tap R5. Yeah, yeah. Euro hit the win. Oh yeah, yeah. So here's a winner signal on Euro, guys. What time did that candle go? Oh, that's pre-market. So this candle, you see the signal here at 8:55 on Euro, just hit TP1 just now. So there's a winner on Euro. Yeah, about a 2 hour trade. Futures guy, yeah, slow morning, man. That's okay. It's like that sometimes, man. Had a good day yesterday. Haven't lost anything today, so um, it be like that sometimes. Deactivated. What's up? Uh, yep. Way up there. 52, 226. Yep, yep. Slow morning, dude. Well, that's cool. There's been it's probably about 50-50 day wins and losses. Um, which, like I said, that's about as far as the indicator goes. That's about as bad a day as you'll have typically. Um, is those sort of 50-50 days. But those 50-50 days don't even have to be 50-50 days unless you're taking every signal. If you're still taking the signals with some context around them, you can turn those days into green days as well. You can also turn them into red days. But this gold long, I don't know why I kind of, yeah, it's got that supply zone down there, or demand zone. Um, you see the market shift finally on gold. Look, it's been such a long move down here on gold. Had a couple green candles, even though, but the market never shifted, which is why our colors didn't change. But you are starting to see a market shift candle here now on gold. And crude just came up to its value area high here and just rejected. Yep, and Dow has hit that all-time high again. Russell climbing with it right now anyway. At this point, we'll probably be looking for Russell at R5 up here if that does happen. And we'll get into our call outs here in just a few minutes. Steve will take over and we'll do our call outs, guys. Yeah. And I think, I know I say this often, but we're going to make a concerted effort, I think, to get on here a bit earlier, just because I want you guys to see how some of these pre-market trades work out, especially you guys, if you're trading live, maybe you don't have the margin yet to trade pre-market or overnight, but on your funded accounts, you absolutely can. And today was one of those days where you just had some pre-market opportunities. There were some losses too, but the pre-market, say from 7:30 through like the New York Open, is typically a pretty good time with our tool. Let me look at this. He said he took this on the 2 minute. Let me see. See what that 2 minute Russ looks like. Yeah, and I'm switching to the 2 minute, guys, just to have a look. We trade on the 5 minute, but like I said, our tool works on all time frames. So not just the 5 minute that we trade on. You can use it on every single time frame. Okay, so yeah, it did call it there. Oh, dang, I see what you're saying. Yeah. So Ira, if you took this one here, damn. Okay, I see. I see what you said when you said he did get your TV. So you did. So Ira took a Russell trade on the 2 minute for a profit. I was just checking that out. Oh, 1 minute. Damn, 1 minute. Let me look at the 1 minute. Never really look at the 1 minute, but let's do it. 1 minute Russell. Steve, did your mic go out? He's asking.
Um,
Is your light on the mic? Is it green? There you go. Okay, so here it is on the 1 minute.
all right. You hear me
Okay,
now,
I see
Duran?
it. Yeah, I see your levels.
All right. So another all-time high hit by Dow.
Yep, all-time high created again by Dow. And Russ is climbing up there with it right now as well. And that's the thing when you're trading reversals, guys, because you see it was a we knew that because it was an outside day, so we knew it was going to be a bit of a trending market, and you see it was pretty bullish, like it was very bullish there. So when you're trading these moves, it is inherently a bit higher risk. If you trade breakouts on Camarillo, you can see here you could have obviously traded a breakout up as well at either level, but we look for those reversals specifically. This crude trade is one that, again, I manually just wish I would have entered, but it's okay. ES is working its way up now, as well as NQ, but NQ has a long way to go to get anywhere we want, although NQ does look like it's about to hit a nice win right here. Same thing that happened yesterday. Huge candle, too high risk for us, but it did go on to hit, I think, TP2 yesterday, or TP1 at least, and then it looks like it's about to hit it again. So yeah, a little bit of kicking myself there, just because we literally watched this exact thing happen yesterday in a bullish market, and probably should have thought about that one. But I see a candle like that, man. I just think, man, if that next candle reverses, what a huge loss that is. It just messes up the risk reward. But definitely looking bullish right now, and it looks like NQ is going to. We'll see. It hits this S3 level. It could reject. But it looks right now like it wants to hit that TP1, and it's going to. And when it does, you'll see the stop move to break even automatically.
Let's get into some call outs. Get that out the way.
Yeah, let me switch it over to your screen. NQTP1, Duran. Yep, let's go. All right, one more screen here. All right, got your screens up. All right, Steve's about to give out the call outs, y'all.
All right, let's start with ES, which is pumping right now. I do like the R4 level of ES. Go left, we have these levels we be trading above. Okay, so yeah, R4 looks good on ES to me. NQ, we're already in the trade. Obviously, S5 is what I was looking forward to on NQ, and we've already hit that level. We are in that trade, so nothing to look forward to on NQ. ES still R4 at 75.95. I'd be interested here just to see if price comes out to take out these stops here before reversing. Russell at R4. Thought I liked R4. Gave us a poor signal off it, didn't take it, and rightfully so. That turned out to be a loser. But R5 does look pretty good as it is right above all these stops right here. R4 will come up here and hopefully take out these stops and reverse. So R5 does look good for Russell at 29.42. Russell does look good at R5. Dow, we got that signal off of Dow. It is making another all-time high, taking out this previous all-time high as well. And so we'll see. I'm probably done with the Dow trades today, but I do like when these trades do hit all-time highs and show price weak price action for reversal. So if you see another signal uh, off of all-time highs here on Dow, I wouldn't blame you for taking it. I do like to see the reversals off of all-time highs. Oil, not really interested in oil. Even at S5, if it comes back down to S5, we've already seen what's done here at S5. Kind of just chopping around now, and not really interested in any S5s on oil, and don't think it'll get down to S6 here today. So oil, I'm gonna pass on. Gold, if gold can get back up here to R5, I would definitely be interested in a reversal short uh, of gold at R5. So R5 is 45.48. If gold can get back up here to 45.48, I'd be interested in a short there on gold. Euro, not really interested. Not really interested in anything on euro for the rest of the day. Yeah, we've already had a couple of tries off of R5s already. Currently in a trade right now off of R5. Already hit TP1, headed for TP2. I don't see any other setups for euro for the rest of the day. So let's go back through it again one more time. Gold at R5, I'd be interested if it gets up there. Dow, not interested anymore. Although, like I said, I wouldn't blame anybody if we got another signal off of all-time highs for another reversal on Dow. Russell, I'd be interested for sure. Russell at R5, I'd be interested in see what kind of price action we get here off of R5. And Q and ES as well. So Russell and ES are my two favorite plays going into the afternoon. I just want to see what price action looks like at R4 on ES. If it shows us a strong signal, strong reversal signal off of R4, I like it on ES, and same for Russell at R5. If we get up here to R5 and it shows us a strong signal reversal, then I like that as well. So ES and Russell is what I like.
All right, ES and Russ. You want me to take back over?
Yeah.
All right. Good stuff, guys.
Good stuff, Brad. Nice, man.
Hey, glad somebody took that NQ. Wait, scared money don't make money, Duran. Good job, dude. And it looks like it's heading for TP2 as well. So it does have to get through this prior day. But all right, so ES, you said ES, you're loving R4 up here, right?
Yeah.
All right, so ES 70. I'm gonna go ahead and set my alert there too, guys, at R4 at 75.95. So look for a short here at ES at that level, and then you said Russell at R5 as well, right?
R5.
Yep. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my alert there too. That way I can know after lunch or whenever if it gets there, we'll take it. All right, guys. We're about to jump off here. Does anybody have any questions before we jump off? Have we emailed the guys about the Discord yet?
Not just yet.
Okay.
That'll probably come today.
You got it, Dran. Yeah, and so look out for an email today, guys, that have already subscribed to our indicator. You'll get an email about the Discord, so we can kind of chat in there about the later day trades and stuff. But for now, just look for those ES and Russell shorts that Steve called out a second ago. Other than that, man, as always, we really appreciate you guys' support, the support of all you guys. And I'm Tim. This is Steve with Alpha Flow Trader. You can get all the information for our indicators at alphaflowtrader.com. You can also check out our learning section there with a lot of really good learning information. Don't forget to follow us on social at Alpha Flow Trader. And and all the information is at alphaflowtrader.com. We look forward to hearing from you guys. Reach out if you need us. You can email us through the website or DM us on social anytime. And we appreciate y'all.
Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow.
See you. God bless, guys.